And by the way, we have Mike Huckabee sitting right here. Governor, get up for a second. Get up. A great guy. And Rick Santorum, Senator. Where's Rick? Rick. Hey, fellas, come up here for a second. But just so you understand, and these two are not in that category. Come on up, Rick. Come on up, Governor. They are not in the, they're the only two politicians. They would never do a thing like this. Come on up. Come on up. Look. Stand up here. And Mrs. Huckabee and Rick's daughter. Stand up. Stand up. USA. 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 So these two people do not fit. They would never, ever have done a thing like that. But when you see deals that are so bad, believe me, they're not bad for the politician. They're bad for the country. And that's why I don't take anything. I don't take anything. We're going to do what's right for the country. Okay. Thank you. I want to ask Rick and then Mike to say a few words. You know, I heard they did really well, these two. And who the hell knows? I didn't get to see very much of it. But I heard they did. I said, how did they do? I think if you did poorly, you probably wouldn't be here right now. You'd go back, you'd be depressed, right? So, Rick, say a few words. Mike, say a few words. Would love it. Come on.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Not to be offensive, I'll stand a little bit over here so I'm not photographed with the Trump sign. I'm supporting another candidate for president. That doesn't mean we can't work together when it comes to helping our veterans, and that's what Mike and I are here doing tonight. And, you know, I grew up on a VA grounds. My mom and dad worked for the Veterans Administration for 40 years. And I watched it over that time, and I heard my parents talk about how the VA system has been degraded over time. Used to be the best healthcare system in the world. It's not the best healthcare system in the world. And we have an obligation to do something to make sure our veterans have the best possible health care in the world. And we can give them that by allowing every veteran to go to any hospital in their community to get the care that they need when they need it. We also have to say to our Veterans Administration, you know what, let the private sector take care of this stuff. We have a big problem with our veterans. And I hope a lot of the money tonight that's raised, it goes for that. 22 vets a day commit suicide. 22 vets a day commit suicide because of PTSD and related mental illnesses. Here's what I'd like to do. Let's take all that money for the VA and let's put it into making the Veterans Administration a center of excellence to deal with PTSD and take care of our vets with their mental health problems. So I appreciate all those folks who raised money. Let's put some of that money toward helping our men and women who are suffering the most, and I will be very happy to be here to make sure that that happens. And God bless you, and thank you for being here tonight.
I figure you're going to get the photo anyway. I might as well just stand here and be done with it. Look, let me be very clear. Rick Santorum, Donald Trump, and I may be competitors in a presidential race. But tonight we are colleagues in unison standing here for the people who let us breathe every breath of free air we breathe. The veterans of the United States of America. Without you, there is no government. You see, in my mind, I was hearing you say, go, Huck, go, but I want to say how grateful I am to Donald Trump for inviting us here, because the easy thing for him to do is to simply ignore that anybody else cares about veterans, and he's not that kind of person. And I want to say thank you, Donald Trump, for asking Rick Santorum and me, and I think he would have let any of the other candidates come. And for reasons that maybe I don't understand, they're not here. Some of them because they had a slot at 8 o'clock. I had nothing to do at 8 o'clock tonight. This worked great for me. But it says something about him that he would bring us here to his own event, because bigger than even the election is the fact that we wouldn't have free elections in this country if it weren't for the people who stood between bullets, bombs, and our freedom. And thank you. I want to do one simple thing tonight. I'm done. I'll turn it back to Donald Trump. In September 2005, a very good friend of mine who teaches school at the Joe T. Robinson High School in Little Rock, Arkansas, did something pretty extraordinary on the first day of school. She got permission of the principal. She had all the desks from her classroom removed. Every desk taken out. The kids came in for first period, and they said, Ms. Cothran, her name is Martha Cothran. Her dad was a World War II POW. So she takes all the desks out. When they come in, they say, where's our desk? She says, you don't get a desk in my class until you can tell me how you earn it. Well, the kids said, well, I guess we get good grades. She said, no, that's important. You need to do that, but that's not going to get you a desk. Another kid said, well, we have to behave. She said, oh, you will behave in my class, but that won't get you a desk. And none of them could figure it out. Second period came, same thing. You don't get a desk until you tell me how you earn it. Third period, fourth period. By now, kids are calling their parents on cell phones and saying, Mrs. Cothran has lost her mind. She won't let us have a desk. News organizations from Little Rock started coming out to Joe T. Robinson High School in the early afternoon to figure out what has happened with his teacher who has snapped because she's taken all the desks out of her classroom. Last period of the day, the kids came in, asked the same question. Where are our desks? And she said, you have to tell me how you earn it. None of them did. She said, I guess I'm going to have to explain it to you. Martha Cothran walked over to the door of her classroom. She opened the door. And 27 U.S. veterans wearing their uniforms from various wars walked in carrying a desk. They brought those desks in and lined them up in rows. And as they did, Martha Cothran said, on a day that I'm sure will never be forgotten by those students, she said, kids, you don't have to earn your desk, because these guys, they already did. That's why you have a school desk. That's why you have an education. And that's why you have the United States of America. God bless you, and thank you.